Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. I've got a confession to make. I aren't perfect. To be honest, no one's perfect. But one of the big issues that I see, and I suffer from this myself, we try to be perfect. We try to make sure that the things we're delivering are perfect. What happens? We keep fiddling with things, we keep working on them. We never deliver. By aiming for perfection, what we're doing is we are destroying our productivity because we're too close, we're too busy trying to get to this ideal view of perfection. We just won't get there. What I like to think to myself, well, Gary, you can't get perfection, but what you can do is you can get good enough, and good enough beats perfection. If you get something good enough, you deliver it, well, that's so much better than aiming for perfection and not delivering, isn't it? And this is the message I want to get over in today's video. Stop aiming for perfection. You will never achieve it. I want to talk through an example, and this is what we'll use as today's video as to how perfection, it was hindering me. You may have noticed, I make videos. You're watching one right now. When I started, I was aiming for perfection in my videos. I spent weeks, I looked at software, I looked at the camera, I looked at applications for recording, I looked at the way to edit things, how to put them together, I looked at the lighting, I looked at the sound, I looked at all sorts of things. And I always kept saying to myself, oh, we're not quite there, Gary. It's not going to be good enough. It's not going to be perfect. I used to say to myself, Gary, it's not going to be perfect. Don't bother with it. I kept going like this for weeks. What I then did is one day I had this aha moment and I thought, stop trying to be perfect. Just get something out. So I recorded my first video. And I've got to be honest, nowadays, if I go back and look at it, that was about 2 years ago, I've got to be honest, I will cringe because there's so much about it that I don't like. But I got it done. I published it. And in the act of doing it, I learned a whole load of lessons. What I did for the next video, I applied those lessons. So with this second video, do you know what? It wasn't perfect. It was better than the first one. It was out the door. It was good and done. And this is the key thing. If I hadn't have stopped searching for perfection, if I hadn't have started putting out videos, I would never have got anything done. And I'd still be there now, researching different things, tweaking them so that I could only achieve perfection. It was damaging everything I was trying to do. Now remember, this is just one example. This happens through everything that we do. This idea of learning and improving, to me, that's one of the key things with moving away from perfectionism. Do something, learn, change what you're doing, iterate. Lots of iterations, that's what I was aiming for. Every video I do, I make at least one small change. I don't make big changes, I only make small changes. Lots of small changes, they soon add up, and by doing that, you can deliver some awesome results. But if you never start, if you never learn, if you never give yourself that chance to fail, you'll never learn those lessons. So with my videos as an example, yes, they started off rough. They improved, each video slightly better. And even now, after each video, I still try something new. I still try to learn. Today's video is a prime example. It's a prime example. I use an app called Audacity to record my audio. I found I was getting some issues with it. It would just stop recording halfway through sometimes. So now what I've actually got going on is I've got the audio being recorded into Audacity, and I'm also recording the audio into GarageBand at the same time. The idea being I've now got 2 recordings plus the recording on my phone. So I've got 3 different ways of recording my audio. So if something goes wrong, I can get back some decent audio from it. And that's a lesson that I've learned from previous videos. That's an iteration I've made this time. Next time, there'll be something else that I learn and I'll start using that as well. My example, yeah, I know, I understand, it was about making videos. No one's going to die if I mess up. I will be honest, there are some places where you want perfection, isn't there? A brain surgeon, you want them to be perfect at doing brain surgery. But they also make mistakes occasionally, don't they? We've got to accept we're not perfect. We've got to accept that we've got to do the best job we can with the tools that we have and the time that we have. Once you accept this, once I accepted this, it made a big change in what I was able to achieve. My key message today is good and done beats perfect and undone. And yes, I know that saying's slightly out, isn't it? Because undone doesn't sound right, but it highlights the point. It's better to get a statement there that's not quite right than to sit there twiddling your fingers until you come up with the perfect words. You'll never come up with the perfect words. So good and done beats perfect and undone. The other takeaway from this video is around iteration. I love iterations. As I said, I make one small change every single video. I make 10 changes over 10 weeks. That's 10 improvements. Many small changes allow you to change the world. The big changes, they're nice, aren't they? They're so hard to do. But it's these little changes, if we focus on them, we can vastly improve our productivity. So to summarise, I know I've said this a few times now, good and done beats perfect and undone. And iterate, make small changes. Let those small changes add up over time. Let that boost your productivity. Let that help you to deliver the results you deserve. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Do you struggle with trying to be perfect in everything you do? Do you struggle with that perfectionism? If so, please drop a comment down below. Why not share your experiences? Then we can all get together and discuss them and come up with ways to help each other to get away from this perfectionism mindset. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.